Number one, put God first. Put God first in everything you do. Everything that you think you see in me, everything that I've accomplished, everything that you think I have, and I have a few things, everything that I have is by the grace of God. I understand that. It's a gift. 40 years ago, March 27, 1975, was 40 years ago. Just this past March, I was flunking out of college. I had a 1.7 grade point average. I hope none of you can relate. I had 1.7 grade point average. I was sitting in my mother's beauty shop. And should I call it beauty shop? It's now what I call it now. Yeah, I was sitting in a beauty parlor. I was sitting in my mother's beauty parlor and looking at the mirror, and I see behind me this woman under the dryer. And every time she looked up, every time I looked up, she was looking at me. She was looking at me in the eye. I don't know where she was, and I said, she said, somebody give me a pen. Give me a pen so I have a prophecy. March 27, 1975, she said, boy, you are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. Mind if I found out in college, I'm thinking about joining the army, and I didn't know what I was going to do. She told me I'm going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. Well, I have traveled the world, and I have spoke to millions of people. But that's not the most important thing. This is as that I had the most important thing is that what she taught me and what she told me that day has stayed with me ever since. I've been protected, I've been directed, I've been corrected. I kept God in my life, and has kept me humble. I didn't always stick with Him, but He always stuck with me. So stick with Him in everything you do. If you think you want to do what you think I've done, and then do what I've done. And stick with God. Number two, fail big. That's right. Fail big. So that it's beginning of the rest of your life. And it can be very frightening. And it's a new world out there. It's a new world out there. And you only live once. Do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Professionally. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an OIQ test with 9 dots. And you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots. Without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and it ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself consistency. Every day I just do say, next a few days you have to work at it. Every day you have to plan. Every day. You've ever heard the same thing, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, toward world that you grew up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you are getting a lot more done. Remember that just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you are getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. Mama told me, yeah, you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere. So continue to strive, continue to have goals, continue to progress. Number 3, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. I said it again. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. I don't care how much money you make, you can take it with you. And it's not how much you have. is what you do with what you have. We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses, some teachers, some preachers. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. What is selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house, but I have not the cars, but that's the joy. That's where the joy is, helping others. That's where the success is. Finally, I pray that you put the sweepers way under the bed tonight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you for grace, thank you for mercy, thank you for understanding, thank you for wisdom, thank you for parents, thank you for love, thank you for kindness, thank you for humility, thank you for peace, thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. That's how I live my life. That's what I am. Whatever the reason what I'm today. Say thank you in advance what is already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that's yours already. I said it again. True desire in the heart that you have, whatever it is that you